Hi guys, good morning. Today we were supposed to start stoichiometry, but for us to make stoichiometry, we first need to learn how to balance reactions. I know most of you remember this topic, but this is for the ones that don't remember or just didn't saw it last year. So, chemical reactions. A chemical equation is how we place the reactants that are going to produce the product. All right, it's just the additions of the reactants that are going to produce the products. Okay, that's a chemical equation, how we place the chemical reaction. We already saw the types. We saw synthesis, decomposition, single displacement, and double displacement. So now we're going to see balancing equations. Remember that use your book when you're gonna do this type of classworks, because if you don't use your books, if you don't read, it's gonna be really hard for me to give all the information. So this is on page 224. Balancing is page 224 to 227. And then to page 229, we have the types of chemical reactions. So just check on it on your books. All right, so balancing equations. Remember that we're going to talk of balancing reaction. We need to write the equation accurately, meaning that in a chemical reaction we cannot destroy or we cannot produce atoms, all right? The same ones that are on the right side are going to be on the left side. So that's why we need to learn how to balance an equation. So step one for balancing is identify the reactants and the products. Why? Because the exercise, they're not always going to give it to you like this. They're going to give it to you in words. So you need to know that if it says oxygen is going to react with propane to produce carbon dioxide and water, this is how you're going to write it. So step 2 is making this reaction. And step 3, which is the one that you're going to learn the most today, is how to balance the equation. How to count the number of atoms of each element. So for example, in this we're gonna split the reaction in half. We have carbon, we have hydrogen, and we have oxygen. Carbon here, I have 3 carbons. Hydrogen, I have 8 hydrogens. And oxygens, I have 2. On the other side, I have same elements, carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Carbon, I have 1 carbon. Hydrogen, I have 2. And oxygen, I have 2 plus 1. I have 3 oxygens. So if you see, we have different numbers here, so we need to change this, all of them, all right? Because we don't have anyone that looks the same. So how am I going to do this? I'm going to start placing numbers in front of the compounds so that I can multiply those numbers and they can change me the number of atoms. All right, so first, carbon. I have 3 here, I have 1 here. So I'm going to put a 3 here. 3. 3 times 1 carbon, it's going to make me 3 carbons. And then I have 3 times 2, I have 6 plus 1, I have 7 oxygens. All right, now let's do it with hydrogens. I have 8 here, and I have 2 here. How can I make this 2 an 8? I'm going to put a 4 here. 4. All right, I have carbon is already done. Hydrogen, 4 times 2 is going to be 8. So hydrogen is done. Now what happens with the oxygen? I have 3 here. 3 times 2 is 6. So I have 6 plus 4, it's 10. I have 10. All right, so now I have 10 oxygens here, and I just have 2 here. So how can I make this 2 become a 10? I'm going to put a 5 in here. And that's it when we balance a chemical reaction, all right? We place the numbers in front, and these numbers multiply, all right? They multiply each of the elements present. Get it? We're going to make another example. It's on the book, so that you finish understanding this. This is a review for the one, because you had to see this topic last year. But if not, well, we're going to make several examples so that you can understand.